Alright, this is going to be a quick guide for Shangtsung. Start off with zoning and like defense. Three different projectiles. You got single, which is the best recovery. So you got full screen here, plus 11 or plus 12 generally. Mid screen, a little bit of plus frames. Double and triple, same situation. Slightly different recovery for each. I generally like to do single skulls. Just kind of move around with them. Double skulls usually can catch jumps. Trade favorably too, so this does about like 87 damage, I think, on hit. Let's confirm that. Yeah. So that's more damage than pretty much any other projectile. It's non-EX. I think it might be the same as Reiko's. It's a good trade there. Better trade, but the third hit usually doesn't come out unless you're already at frame advantage, is triple skull at 10. So you might do this. Single skull, then block it, do triple. Trade pretty favorably, not wasting any meter. Both triple and double are good for catching jumps. So, say you do this, just do double, catch them. Or if they block it, right? Back, double. We got some situational hit confirms. Let's try that again. It's tight. So you can still get hits. Probably get another loop standing there or something. It'll come up every once in a while, but just generally. No, just turn that all that off. Generally, this is good. Best block advantage, best recovery. They're throwing their own trade with doubles and triples, and they're jumping doubles and triples. Then we have old, right? So, if we go back, +1, +3, so around this range. If they block, you get this, right? If you whiff this at this range, I don't really know of anybody except for maybe like Johnny Cage that'll punish you. Maybe a reptile or something. It's pretty safe if they block this. As you're throwing it, just do this. If they move forward, it'll catch them. Try to take confirm and follow up. Or even if they're like this close. That should pretty much be a lock, unless they jump forward. It's a good check right there. Just another reason to try to use single skull a lot more in your zone. For defense, you don't always need to be throwing skulls, right? So if they're doing nothing, time these pretty well. It's pretty hard to move in, right? The duck and tuck, like, just kind of like get under it. And if they're doing that kind of mindlessly, you can catch them with this more, or straight into like this if you see them whiff, just boom, 35% combo. But unless that case, you can more often than not just throw a skull, walk back, throw a skull, kind of like shimmy. Look at their movement. If they're doing repetitive, stupid things, go into other buttons, whiff punish them with this. Right? But mostly you want to be pressing nothing until you see those kind of patterns. Just walk back, play safe. If they do a dash into a button or something, it's kind of hard to whiff punish maybe with like something like this. Or maybe it's too quick recovery to even hit with this. But you can still do like a poke and then go straight into his offense. So let's start talking about that offense. You see the frame advantage down there? Hit advantage of 12, hit advantage of 15, right? So if they whiff a button somewhere around here, hit them down 3, you pretty much have to respect or maybe armor a small gap between your like dash in forward 4. So that starts his offense. His offense is basically just strike throw. But there are some problems with this string, right? So first hit, still -6. Second hit, -7. We get back to -6. And then this last hit right here, still -6, but it's a high, right? So if we put them on stance, duck, you'll see, it's completely whiffs. In order to catch this, you have to do really silly things. Knowledge check. That usually people don't know this matchup and don't know how negative this is, every character in the game can dash up and do their best punish this. I do this because I don't play a character that makes everything safe all the time. Only like Johnny Cage Shadow Kick can punish this, and if people are not aware of the frame difference between regular and EX, they might throw something that is punishable in itself. Block that, catch him. Shang doesn't really need his meter for too much, so staying safe with the bar is, I think, on hit, I think it does like 8%. So overall, a decent option. I wouldn't say going for this all the time. What this does let you do is once in a while go for like the third hit and try to hit confirm it. So if they're used to you doing this and stopping, they're going to take their turn back every time, right? But maybe you'll catch them with that 3. But if you're not continuing this string, you're not going to be able to hit confirm that third hit. And we'll just do this, they'll get hit, and then, oh shit, like, what do we do now? Kind of got like a tiny bit of hit confirm into plus range. So you hit that last hit, you're plus 10, so maybe just do it again. That's much less reward if you were actually scouting to hit confirm that third hit. See, it's kind of tough, but you can kind of block confirm that far deep, and instead of continuing to this, which panic mode, oh fuck, get out of there. But it's kind of hard to set it up to where she'll unblock at that third hit, but you see this third hit, like, oh shit. So I think for that situation, it is worth it. If you're playing a cameo that lets you just do a safe check, like Chameleon's actually pretty good for this. Quick, or like even Serena, kind of safe. Just do like your cameo right there. Those are good options for that particular situation. But if you're playing someone else, I like this situation. Continue on to other strings. So forward 4 string is the main thing. You can also kind of stagger this. +1 on block. Let's actually make her stance hold. Neutral. But there's a good stagger situation right here, right? Most people get hit by this 4 not because it's a low, but because they just think the string's over. And it's +1, so unless you're fighting Johnny Cage, it's your turn pretty much. It's down 1 if they're trying to press buttons a lot, or if they respect it, go for throw, go for your 4-4, maybe loop it, do something else. Pretty good. There is a armorable gap here, so let's show that. Boom, they hit smack. So let's calculate risk. If you're fighting a character that gets armored launchers, maybe not do this too much. Obviously, if they don't know this exists, and they haven't done it to you, then whatever, feel free. Other strings. Back one's okay for whiff punishes. It's better than... Let's turn that off. Got a little bit better range than stand 1 or stand 2. Faster than forward 3. So this does come up. Someone's like whiffing a button in your face, and they're going to recover too fast for this or this. 1-2 might be good, or back 1-2 might be good. If you're in old, let's make her stand. If you're in old form, you do have to do a pretty tight transformation. So it's back 1-2, but as soon as you do the buttons for back 1-2, you want to transform. And then the follow-up is a little awkward too. Follow-up, you have to do a stand 4, down forward 1 as young when they're juggled by this. But as soon as you link that, you gotta transform again. But pretty good damage. I think it was like 35% or something. Pretty solid. One thing I like to do, I do probably too much, but 1-2-4 on block. It's got a good spacing here. You gotta kind of practice which matchups this is best for. Some characters have like really good down ones that'll kind of just hit whatever you... Like you don't have time to backdash away. They'll just down 1 and they'll still catch you. I think the pushback is different if they're blocking low. Just like stance hold. So they're still kind of close. If they're blocking crouch, they're gonna be like right here, right? But versus Lee Mei is a good one, where I can like micro dash back and then do forward forward. If she pokes down, full combo with punishing her down down one. Otherwise, if they stand blocking it or whatever, you might be able to just walk back and forward 3. If you see them with the poke when you're pressing forward 3, you can visually confirm that their forward 3 is going to hit, and then hit confirm into this. So that's pretty good. Don't just throw out forward 3, but like, oh, they'd whiff down 1, and then you can confirm that, get that combo. It's kind of a gimmick, but it's worth establishing here and there. If you're like staggering this, it's +2, right? So if you do this, you might want to go straight into here, because if they're trying to do a standing string, this is going to be no standing string except for Liu Kang. Beat or trade with this. +2, 8-frame move, you're good. Stagger, do this. Catch him. And if they're pressing buttons, 2-4 is easily hit confirmable. This is a huge window. Boom. That's low 30s meterless. Pretty solid. So it'll look something like this. So you... Oh, fuck. +2. Hit confirm. If you're looking at my inputs at all, you'll see how much time I had to then do down forward 1. Obviously you have forward 3 too. I think it's actually only punishable on block by like Lee Mei. It's Lion. Boom. Otherwise there's too much pushback. So you can put her at duck, block mode, sense hold, off. That's too much space. Like Johnny Cage down 1 or Liu Kang 6-frame jab is not going to hit at this range. So pretty safe. People will think they can jab back at this time, but you can probably just do this a lot of the time. Oop, forward. Hit him with down 4, go back in. Don't just think because you're -7 that you have to respect everything. Feel free to actually try to challenge him every once in a while. Obvious gimmick, right? Something I do too much. So if you're in this distance, after like 4-3-2 is blocked, after it's blocked, you transform, full combo. If I perform under pressure. So like 22%. One of the reasons I like Darrius. And that's pretty much it for his offense. Combo routes are all pretty standard. You'll see the same looping thing, so I don't need to talk about that too deep. I do like ending combos in back 1. It's just a little bit faster than forward 4. A little bit more consistent to me. As you see, they both do 5%. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Ran over the whole forward 4 situation a little too quickly. I did forget to mention the 4th hit here. Kind of assumed it was obvious, missed it in the first time, but as you see it's -1 or -11. People that know the matchup will be able to kind of confirm that there's no link coming after this, and just jab punish you every single time. So never stop here. If you are not getting killed for this, you are playing someone that does not know how to play the matchup. Just don't ever stop at the 4th hit of this string. Just go back to try to confirm the first 2 hits, and then block, and either give up your turn or do some kind of safe link that I was talking about, or use a cameo. A couple situations to use EX ground skull, right? So if you're blocked like that, you're either going to beat it clean or get that pretty good trade. I think it's triple skull. is pretty much never going to beat it clean. You'll either get a single trade or a double trade, depending on how tight you pressed it. Optimally, it'll be like that. So I didn't mention air skulls either. It's just good for catching distances that are not quite like mid or far. It also, you can do the forward one, so hold back, and if people are trying to dash in, potentially catch them. Interaction on this is kind of awkward. Sometimes you can get like a pretty decent combo off of it. A lot of the times, it'll just like pop forward, pop backwards, and because of the recovery of you like coming back to the ground, it might be possible sometimes. It's like super tight, but pretty difficult. Usually, probably not going to get too much off of it. But EX is really good. Safe, like 30% damage, pretty much. You can also use these skulls to like fake out anti-airs. If they use an anti-air that's like really bad on whiff, singles really bad on whiff, so you just do this and they block it, you don't get punished. EX, again, easy hit confirm, and it's safe. Alright, that's it.